It's Josh here with Mojo Plays, and welcome to the 10 best first assassinations in Assassin's Creed games. For this list, we'll be looking at which AC protagonist had the best introductory target for players to take out. Your first cinematic assassination inevitably thrusts the events of the game in motion as the player gets a taste of how major story missions will play out. Thus, we'll be examining each character's memory corridor as their own entry. For example, Evie's first kill is much different than that of Jacob's. Which of these initial targets' final words have stuck with you? Let me know in the comments.
This is not the Rock of the Fallen. Where are the women on the winged horses?
Number 10. Siver, Assassin's Creed Unity. In this 2014 title, Ubisoft went away from the traditional memory corridor portrayal for Unity, instead opting for a cinematic flashback into the villain's past. Some speculate this is due to Arno's weaker eagle vision and Isu senses. Siver, your first major target, is taken out with maximum deception and style, as we pretend to play his holy accomplice on the other side of a confession booth.
Everything's in place.
Finally saw recent, did he? What's our cut?
30%.
The best part is, you can interrupt him at any time during his villainous gloat. Do you want to hear him out and let him believe he's won just a little longer? Or get the last word with a sassy one-liner.
We crack their vaults. The Grandmaster cannot fail to recognize our work.
As you say, monsieur.
Number 9. Gao Fang, Assassin's Creed Chronicles China.
No wonder your kind fell so far.
My kind isn't done yet.
Xiao Jun of AC Chronicles China has no lack of stylish moves herself, despite being restricted to a 2.5D world. I mean, she trained under Ezio for starters, so it's no surprise that her first cinematic assassination of prison warden Gao Fang was a treat for players to behold. She dices up the Templar with a double helping of 2 heart stabs, one from each side, all the while sassily taunting him and his incompetence.
Your men did not capture me, Gao Fang. I allowed myself to be caught. I was exactly where I wanted to be. Close enough to kill you.
With his final words, Gao tries to play it off as some meaningless killing, but as we all know, this member of the Chinese Brotherhood is far from done with the tigers yet. Now that is how you do it.
You are the first of the tigers to fall, but you will not be the last.
Number 8. Leandros, Assassin's Creed Revelations.
Nowhere left to run now!
Not for me, and not for you.
You can tell by this point in Ezio's assassin journey, he's getting too old for this stuff. It's quite a bit of work to scale his tower, but after that cheap shot from his archers at the start of the game, there's no chance he's getting away from this master assassin.
Don't you ever stop howling.
Ultimately, this Templar captain uses his last words to gloat over his order's progress, but at least we get a snazzy new book out of the deal, one that will set in motion the conclusion of the previous game and the secrets to the most dangerous library in the world. At least we can count on Ezio to keep it classy with a rest in peace. Sort of.
Bastardo.
Number 7. Julian Decasse, Assassin's Creed Black Flag.
I have no love for assassins, but even less for liars.
Edward's first true assassination isn't until far after his infiltration into the West Indies Templars, who inevitably caused him to be wrapped up in the Assassin Order. Silly hat wearer and arms dealer Julien is a sharpshooting, multilingual badass who just so happens to own a collection of hidden blades from dead assassins. As fate would have it, Julien is killed by the very same blades he gave to Edward early on.
You remember the gift you gave me? Well, it answers just fine.
Fils de putain! As bold as a musket ball, and still half as sharp.
Despite being set up as a major threat in the initial chapters of the game, Julien just kinda gets jumped on out of nowhere, leading to a few choice words for our hero.
Oui, de ton insouciance.
Number 6. Uberto, Assassin's Creed 2.
I see now. I'll present these papers at their hearing in the morning, and they'll be released.
Thank you, signore.
After deceiving a young, gullible Ezio, Uberto, wouldn't you know, executes his entire family in front of him after promising to ensure their safety. Obviously, fan favorite Ezio goes to town on the guy the first chance he gets, meaning his hidden blade is thoroughly accustomed to bodily fluids shortly after obtaining it.
You!
The auditori are not dead! I'm still here! Me! Ezio! Ezio Auditore!
Ezio's announcement to the world that the Auditore bloodline is still alive and well is an epic moment, but the Brotherhood probably wasn't too big of a fan of his showboating. This scene is so impactful because we witness Ezio's first step on his saga of adventures in assassinhood. Number 5. Pierre, Assassin's Creed Freedom Cry.
Every last one of you until I find my answer. Where is the hideout of the Maroons?
Sure, you only get one true memory corridor in all of Freedom Cry, but man, is it a satisfying one. After blowing through 5 of the slave owner's strongest guards, Adewale dishes out some ferocious justice. The Governor attempts to attack the assassin with a branding iron to no avail, as Adewale's moment of triumph has come, and he's making sure it's heard, and it hurts.
Who will come to your rescue? Your slaves? The overseers who follow your orders? Pathetic. What kind of man does not fight for himself?
Even with his final words, Pierre tries to laugh you off as just another brute. Side note, using a machete instead of a hidden blade makes for a much more gruesome scene.
I only wish that were true.
Number 4. David Brewster, Assassin's Creed Syndicate.
It is time to lay down your head, Sir David Brewster.
But I have so much more to discover.
Do not be afraid.
This 2015 title resurrected the past formula of memory corridors, all the way back from AC1, where characters can carry out full conversations in a ghost-like state. David here's final moments are probably the most realistic in the series, and laments how humanity is focused on all that which they can't bring with them. Evie attempts to comfort him, and is rewarded with information on the Templars' upcoming plans, presenting an interesting final relationship between these two opposing figures.
It's in our nature.
Oh, and also, then the magic apple detonates and destroys his underground evil lab. Oh, okay, bonus points for crazy presentation. Number 3. Kyod the Cruel, Assassin's Creed Valhalla.
The harvest of 3 dead generations, all their names unknown. It all means nothing.
Valhalla takes elements from all prior AC memory cinematics, and innovates with how 2 characters can interact in a simulation. It's all the reflection and dueling opinions of AC1, meeting the grandiose presentation of Origins, who we'll speak on in a minute. Each member of the Order of Ancients respond to and critique their own deaths while being taken to the realm of the dead in a highly personalized way. Despite a callback to Assassin's Creed 1, Kyod accepts Eivor's terms of duel and is bested to avenge our hero's parents' deaths. Life lesson, kids. If he was a little more Kyod the Kind, you probably wouldn't have gotten that stone pillar to the chest.
No! My clan will not be forgotten!
Number 2. Tamir, Assassin's Creed.
It seems you're the one pays now, my friend. You'll not profit from suffering any longer.
Back to where it all began, Assassin's Creed of 2007 set everything in motion and cemented many of the running tropes we still have to this day. In this first deathly interaction, the 2 men almost seem to have a shared respect for each other. We get to see these characters debate and defend their side of the story.
A strange target, don't you think? Why me, when so many others do the same?
You believe yourself different then?
Oh, but I am. But I serve a far nobler cause than mere profit.
Tamir believes he could have bettered the world, but was needlessly cut short by our actions. At the same time, it's no hard feelings though, as someone else will take his place. I'd almost feel bad for the guy after hearing him reflect upon being just another cog in an evil machine, if not for the scene prior of him stabbing an elderly man roughly 14 times. Either way, this first target isn't only memorable, but was taken out with class.
Good. I look forward to ending their lives as well.
Such pride. It will destroy you, child.
And without a doubt, our pick for the best first assassination presentation, number 1, Munan, Assassin's Creed Origins.
Your own son. You are no one. Bayek of nothing. Father to nobody!
The trippiest and most brutal cinematic sequence thus far, by far. In Origins, your target actually gets to fight back in the memory corridor, which they refer to as the Land of the Dead. Munan here dastardly takes the form of Bayek's son, who is directly responsible for his death, in an attempt to mock him in his final moments. The following skirmish resulted in Bayek using an Apple of Eden to bash his face in. That's some R-rated stuff right there.
Is there nobody?
Fitting that Bayek is basically the world's first assassin, as his choices would throw the series' events into action for many years to come. Hats off for the over-the-top presentation of the first assassination in the timeline. And that's all from me. You can find me anywhere at ChipDroid. Take it away.
Do you agree with our picks? Check out this other recent clip from Mojo Plays, and be sure to subscribe and ring the bell to be notified about our latest videos.